The only shade I'm giving is the shade coming from my halo. Not all bears eat berries and fish. I prefer a diet of bourbon and bad behavior. Hello!
I'm Hunter Harden.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to The Real Housebears.
Hi, it's me, Gia. And Gabriella. And Melania. And Adriana. We are the Ambien Sisters.
The Ambien Sisters.
If anybody says Joe's name, I'm gonna be pissed. Oh, I know. If anybody says Joe's name, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm crying. Is she crying? Yeah, I think she's crying. Do not cry on the wedding day. If your guys' podcast ruins my mother's wedding, I'm going to be pissed. No, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. That's when I'm going to get angry. You hear me? If you say Joe's name on this podcast, I'm going to be pissed.
I really need to see this scene re-edited with your voiceovers. Please.
What do you mean, voiceovers?
Someone, please, who knows how to do that kind of thing, please re-edit that scene with Hunter talking like big Jersey truckers. Please.
You don't talk about someone's kids because you're going to get physically hurt.
Someone, for the love of God.
What's that mean?
No, I mean...
It was just funny.
I mean, I've made a comment in my notes about how monotone they are when they talk. Like, they really do just kind of talk like this.
It's just a super over-the-top version of them as characters.
Yes,
a parody of them.
A parody.
So they don't all sound like men. They just sound very monotone.
They do sound very monotone.
But they're pissed. Did you just say Joe?
I didn't.
You better not say Joe in the middle of this.
I did not.
If you ruin my mother's wedding.
No, stop.
My mom should enjoy her wedding in peace.
That's when I'm going to get angry.
No, you have to stop now.
I sound so butch.
I know you do. You're going to have to stop because you're turning me on, is what I'm saying.
Hey. Get a girl.
I like them all. So, Teresa's wedding special.
This is Teresa's special day, her fairy tale wedding.
But before we get into Teresa's wedding special, can we say that we couldn't even record our podcast until after we watched the Vanderpump Rules reunion episode 1 first?
Are people not even familiar with ever watching Vanderpump Rules, watching it now? Like, just for this scandal?
100%.
Because our Housewives fans, they love the tea. They just want the drama.
J-Lo has talked about Vanderpump Rules, like when she was on like The View or something like that.
Ariana is doing national commercials where they dig on Tom Sandoval, like the Bic commercial.
That Bic commercial.
Bic?
That
bitch
Bic commercial. Giving an analogy in New Jersey, of all places. I mean, no, it's not New Jersey.
Not New Jersey.
But giving an analogy about Tom Sandoval being a clogged razor.
Being the stuck hair. That clogged hair. I mean, he's been villainized. Like, he is the most hated person in America. I have never seen a breakup so insignificant in the world of people, but it's a huge phenomenon. Like, every person that's been broken up with or cheated on in the past is all identifying with it. Tom Sandoval's evil, and Ariana is just being lifted up. Like, she's going to sting the Super Bowl halftime show.
This is going to end up being the best thing that's ever happened to her.
I've never seen a breakup become so public.
I know.
I feel like
it's like Brad and Angelina and Jennifer Aniston.
It's even bigger than that.
Yeah,
it's even bigger than that. I mean, they
wild.
didn't do national commercials digging out on each other.
Right.
Like,
I
this
mean,
is
you have a point there. You have a point there.
Because it was either team this or team that. This is right
Jennifer
now. It's
Aniston
just
wasn't like, I like vitamin water, but I hate Brad Pitt.
yeah.
You know?
I love this water. He had a small dick, by the way. And then it ends. Like,
So to go, Ariana, make that money.
I
Make
mean, I have
that
never
money.
seen this
Make
happen.
that
Like, I'm
money.
trying to think of like a breakup that's been so publicized on a national level, but it's from a reality TV show.
I know. It's wild.
It's really wild. Like,
But it's exciting.
I feel.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh, it's so
I
exciting.
hate to say it.
Don't hate to say it. Just own it. Just say it. You'll feel better. You'll feel free. It's like freedom.
Oh God,
It's better than gold, actually.
It's like freedom.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna plead the fifth, and I'm gonna hold my feelings in right now because
We are worked up. That was an exciting reunion. Like, we're literally just turned it off. And we're like, okay, now we have to go talk about New Jersey.
I know. But James Kennedy.
James Kennedy.
Go off, sister. Go off.
Number one guy in the group.
He's gone off.
Number one guy.
He's
in the
walked
group.
off twice.
Yes, ma'am.
He's already said that he's getting a spank bottom from Lisa in timeout because he's being bad, but he is going in. I love that Lala and him sitting next to each other. The camera just keeps focusing on them and what they're talking about.
Because they're like the old guys from the Muppets.
Exactly, those old
It's
guys, the
amazing.
critiques, the old critiquers.
Yes, it's so good.
It's so good.
James Kennedy is one of two people who have made me go from strongly dislike to absolutely loving in reality TV. Like, James Kennedy and Candace Dillard-Bassett. Like, I used to really...
Because there has to be something
really
about...
dislike her, but now I find her shade really, really
There
funny.
has to be something about them that makes them special. Like Jax Taylor, horrible human.
Yeah.
Horrible human, but he had
A charm.
A charm, and it worked. And it's horrible to say, but everybody fell for it, so we're not the only ones.
Right. Like, everyone knew a Jax Taylor.
Everybody knew a Jax Taylor. Everybody did.
So it was electrifying, to say the very, very least.
Electrifying. I love that.
Yeah, don't you think?
I felt like I was in an electric chair waiting for it to go off the whole time.
I'm waiting for there's going to be some big, huge reveal that no one knows about. It's not going to be that Raquel is pregnant.
It's just, I mean...
Can you believe that one woman went out on social media, and did you see the video where she was like, you guys, I know such and such who knows such and such, and they have confirmed
that Raquel
is pregnant in, like, Arizona or
staying
something.
with her mom, staying with her grandma.
Yeah, something crazy.
And, like,
that. She went to the store and didn't get cigarettes this time.
For the first time. And when she has been coming in there for the weeks before getting cigarettes. Suspicious?
My friend D'Angelo, his podcast we were
Our
on.
friend D'Angelo.
Well, my friend, our friend.
You keep stealing my friends.
But you all remember, so when we messaged each other, he was like, oh my God, what if it's Peter's? Okay, so we'll get out of Vanderpump for a minute and get back into New Jersey.
Can't believe I'm getting married, guys.
What's really funny is last night when the New Jersey Teresa wedding special aired, we were not into it.
We weren't. It's not that we weren't into it. It was like we don't have a lot to say about this episode.
Yeah, we were just kind of casually watching it. And we were like, man, there's not really a whole lot going on. It's fine, whatever. And then today when we rewatched it to take
It was
notes,
like watching a whole new episode.
Seriously, we're like, okay, maybe this is a little bit juicier than what we thought.
There was
maybe we
things
were on
that
our phones or something.
There was
I don't know.
There was multiple things that were said that I missed completely. That I was like, did he just say that?
Yes.
And also, yeah, it's insane.
All right, I'm having some serious allergy issues, so I'm going to take a drink of my beverage.
Well, my mouth is dry. Numbers.
And we're going to encourage you all to go back and rewatch this episode. But this time,
drinking rules.
Rewatch it with your friends.
Yes.
And drink every time Teresa and Louis kiss.
And then kiss every single time.
Drink.
Or kiss. Then drink every time they say chosen family.
I'm with my chosen family.
What's a third one? I didn't.
You don't need a third one. You don't
That's
need
a
a
lot.
third one. Just as much as they kiss is plenty.
Yeah.
Which I love it. I mean, that's how I am. I'm not really shading because I am very much that way. Very affectionate. Overly
Smother me.
Absolutely. 100%. But if you don't have a lot of oxygen, you can't run away.
And bears are heavy, y'all.
So I am shading, obviously, but I'm very much that person. But
Shade sister,
you know,
we're
just
drunk.
rewatch the episode and just drink every time they kiss and every time they said chosen family.
Well, we did when we watched it tonight, so it'll be a fun episode.
We did.
If you could see our glossed over faces.
Not me.
Look at the camera.
I don't know anything.
So at the very beginning of the episode, there was just one moment out of the clear blue. I think there was kind of like a montage of things that Teresa was saying. And she says, he couldn't wait to get married.
He couldn't wait to get married.
He could not wait to
And I was like, yeah, he couldn't wait.
to legally get everything. Like, he
Yeah.
literally was waiting next to that dumpster, waiting for you to walk by for like a month.
Yeah.
Finding out what books you read, finding out what you're doing, so he could do, I'm doing the same thing. Oh my gosh. A Notebook or whatever. What is that book? What is that movie, Notebook? I haven't seen it.
I
But isn't that
haven't.
like a big love story?
No.
The mailbox. Like,
Yeah.
traveling time mailbox. You know, like whatever corny, like, love situation that Louie's going to do.
Mailbox. You did not. That's like Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves or something.
I never saw it, but it's time travel or something like that
Yes,
they're connecting.
That is the most random reference. It's so funny.
But I feel like it's going to turn into that movie Enough with Jennifer Lopez.
There aren't always happy endings.
So we
a little shady tonight.
We see the I know we're just juiced up from the Vanderpump reunion. So we see the proposal, and it's really funny that no one around them spoke their language, so they didn't really know when to show up the fireworks.
So as soon as he got down on his knees, there was like, action.
Will you just say you'll marry me? Can you hear me?
Some people just overdo it.
Well, it was a lovely proposal in Greece. Who wouldn't you love to be proposed to on a ocean front in Greece?
I would love
or a
to just
seafront?
go to Greece.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
you don't have to marry me. I'll just suck your and just get there. Yeah.
That's where we are.
This is no regrets. This is the wedding day.
I have never seen two whirling dervishes like this in my life.
One
Party.
day till the wedding. Starting off with the rehearsal dinner drinks that Joe and Melissa were originally not invited to,
There's
which we got,
just
then
eternal.
were invited to, and then declined.
How many drink parties, rehearsal, engagement, celebrations are we going to have for this wedding?
But they have a really beautiful view of New York City, and at the rehearsal dinner, wherever that space is, it was a really beautiful place.
Mm-hmm.
Louis at one point says that Teresa has loved all of the parts of him, both the good and the bad.
And the faults, yes.
And Teresa says, well, there aren't many. And he says,
I sit down with a pee.
I was like, did he just say that? Because I missed that the first time, and I had to
I think it was
rewind.
all last night when we watched it.
And I rewound it. I'm like, listen to what he's saying right here. Did he just say
I
he
sit
sits
when I
down when he
pee?
pees?
No. And then Teresa's like, I like that. I like that.
She is so nasally.
I like that you sit when you pee.
You want to know why I sit down when I pee?
I sit down when I pee.
Because it's comfortable. To be honest with you, I'll pee. I won't sit down on like a standing.
I mean, some
crazy.
resources say that it's good for men to sit down when they pee.
Well, I'm getting older, and it takes forever for me to pee and empty my bladder. It's ridiculous.
Well, speaking of pee, Paul is warming on me.
I love Paul.
Speaking of pee.
Yeah, I get it. Cute. We're drunk for sure.
Nope.
Yes, I really, really like Paul a lot. Like, I really
hope that
feel
he
like
and
they're.
Frank are good. I really hope.
I think so.
Because I like Paul now. I like him. He won.
Listen, no, I get it. I don't know if I said this before, but I didn't. So I identify finally with how Frank was feeling with Paul coming into this relationship that he's been a part of with Dolores for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Because my very first boyfriend I was with for 8 years, and he's still my best friend to this day. He has never dated after me because, I mean...
Where do you go from there?
Where do you go from here? Just kidding. Well, anyways, he hasn't dated anybody since, and he's been reclusive in Wisconsin, loving football.
Loving reclusivity.
He loves it. Anyways, I've never had to have that feeling of him getting a new boyfriend with, like, my old cats living there, all my stuff kind of still being there, like, our history together, because whenever we hung out, it was just like old times, just without any kind of sex or snuggling. We just sat and watched movies and just did our old thing all the time. He's my best friend. I love doing that stuff with him. We have so much in common. But I thought about it if he did have somebody, and there was a sting of jealousy of, like, don't come in and ruin what we have.
Like if they came in and said, I'm sorry, I don't want you to talk to Hunter anymore.
Or even just, I don't know, sitting between us on the couch while we're watching a movie. Or like sitting with my cat or something. Like, bitch, I ruined this man. Don't come back.
It's just been a very long time. You haven't had to worry about it. It's been about 8 years or so since.
I have 2 exes in my life. One of them I'm best friends with. One of them care less about.
Right.
It actually makes me a little bit nauseous to even say it.
Well,
anyways, I get you, Frank. I get you. I understand. I feel you.
I love that Teresa, once again, when we meet Louis' sister Veronica, not meet her, I mean see her again after being on the season.
Always.
I love how they tried to make us pretend like we didn't already know Dolores and that we didn't already meet Veronica just like an episode ago. Like, this is a whole brand new special for all of you who are tuning in for the first time.
It's like different producers or something.
Yeah. But Veronica is like the sister that Teresa never had.
That she says all the time in front of Melissa.
Right. And, part of her chosen family.
I'm with my chosen family.
Drink.
But then they do introduce Dolores. She's like, I've known Teresa for 30-something years. And then Teresa told her 4 daughters.
4 daughters.
An hour ago that Joe and Melissa aren't coming. Yeah. So an hour before the rehearsal dinner cocktails. And those daughters...
My daughters.
...are worked up.
Don't say Joe's name.
You want to know something really funny? Every time I typed in daughters, so I could spell it out phonetically, I typed in DORTERS, and autocorrect changed it to daughters every single time unless I put it in quotes.
Oh my God.
Is that not is our Google Docs from New Jersey?
Is that what's running Jersey right now?
Isn't that hysterical? I was
that
like,
is funny.
No, it is not recognizing daughters as a common misspelling for daughters.
It's like when you keep writing the F word, but it keeps changing to duck.
Yes.
It's irritating.
Yes. I just couldn't believe it. But this time, Adriana's getting worked up that Joe has been brought up. And then we meet all of Louis' sketchy-looking groomsmen party.
I kept saying henchman. I didn't want to say cult. Cult was too hard of a C word.
I like henchman.
So I thought henchman was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because, like he said, he's alpha. He's the leader of his family because he's the oldest. He had to mention that, you guys.
So his party is his 2 sons, Nicholas, who is 21, and Louis Jr., who is 19.
Okay.
I mean, that was my big setup.
Okay.
I knew that you wanted to.
I know. I want to say something about this because this was something that crossed my mind before I knew their ages. So my dad named his firstborn son after him.
Right.
My mom's second husband named his firstborn son after him.
Mm-hmm. My dad said he wished he would have named his son after him.
If my half brother wasn't born before me, I would be named Chuck right now because I would have been the firstborn. So normally you notice people naming their firstborn after them because, you know, it's like carrying on the tradition, the name and stuff. You just do that.
Right.
Do that thing.
Right.
I know Louis insane, but I hate saying this. I hate saying it because it's really dark to say it, but did Louis... So Nicholas is autistic.
Right.
Louis not. Nicholas is the oldest. Louis
Right.
Jr. is the youngest.
Right.
Did Louis Sr. find out that Nicholas was going to be mentally handicapped?
Is that something that can be diagnosed in the womb?
Yeah, or even at early birth. Like, did he not name his firstborn son after him because he knew he was going to be autistic or he knew that he was going to have some kind of mental disability?
You know what?
I hate saying that, but knowing Louis, like, he's just irks me. And I know Bravo fans love a juicy, like, theory, but...
I mean, that is a pretty dark theory.
I hate it. I hate
dark.
saying it, but I can't.
But I mean, with that kind of logic...
I had that thought in my head, and I was just like, I wonder if that's his second son or first son that's named after. And then I found out Nicholas was the firstborn.
Right.
Because I noticed Nicholas at this wedding that he wasn't paying attention to anything. He didn't care about the wedding. I was like, so I Googled him. I was like, who is this kid? And I saw that he was autistic, and that made sense. And then I saw that he was the oldest child. So it just...
So those of you who are listening, if you are familiar with families who traditionally name the second-born child after the father, like, this is really complete. You're right. I mean, it's completely foreign to me.
I've never heard of that.
I've only heard of firstborn.
And listen, and just knowing who Louis is and seeing what kind of person, like, a listener just wrote to us saying that she was glad that I was calling out Louis on his narcissistic tendencies and stuff because she went through the same kind of relationship and she could see those signs. I never would have saw those signs unless I was in a relationship. And, you know, we're just two stupid drunk bears on a podcast, you guys.
There's a lot that they can come up with.
You can't take us. You got to take us with us. I'm not educated. I'm just saying my own life experiences and what I'm seeing. And, you know, listen.
Louis does appear a bit dangerous.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's appear, and I'm scared. This is like that last episode of the finale was the first time I feared for Teresa. And the listener that wrote me said she could see the same feelings in Teresa as well that I saw. So It's just like, I'm afraid for Teresa. I don't like Louis. I'm creeped out by this guy.
I know. A lot of people are. Listen, you know how closely I follow.
And I'm not saying that he did this intentionally, naming his child this. I'm just throwing out my questions.
An observation.
That I made because I have never heard of a second-born named after the father.
It's not been my experience either.
Okay. Anyways, let's move on to something more exciting. I'm sorry, you guys.
I don't know what's more exciting of Gia sitting down and talking to Dolores and Jennifer Aiden. But before we talk about that, can we talk about Dolores' confessional? Where she's wearing that black sheer top that just has pearls all over it.
All I have to do is worry about looking pretty. Hello?
Oh my God, she looks so sexy.
I do.
I
think she's very sexy, but I wish she was showing a little bit more skin.
No, she had cool earrings to go with it. It really showed off her cleavage beautifully. She didn't have an open décolletage, but the sheerness brought a lot of attention to that area.
Listen, ever since I learned that word, I'm obsessed.
I know.
I want décolletage everywhere. Look, I have décolletage on right now. Look at that furry chest.
Louis' dad makes me understand Louis a little bit better. He's a weirdo.
And that's a compliment, bro.
He gave good toasts.
I feel like he's a little bit of a creeper.
Did you?
He just
I didn't
totally
get
gives
it.
me creeper vibes.
I think he's just I don't know if he's still an alcoholic or an ex-alcoholic.
No, he said he's a recovering.
Recovering.
So he's been sober for like 8 or 9 years or something like that.
So you would probably think that's weird.
Well, I just
Seen
like,
somebody.
he's like, when I end up in the big casino in the sky, I was like,
Doesn't Jersey have like Atlantic City?
Atlantic City is very nearby,
Okay.
yeah. So it's just,
Why are you hating on his dad?
because I'm an asshole. That's
Listen,
why.
I've already said too much about the family. I don't want to say anything else.
I'm like Jennifer Aiden drinking whiskey.
Oh
She's
my
like,
gosh, I love that she's like, I hate the taste, but I like the buzz.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
Eventually you'll like the taste. Just keep drinking it, sister.
We need something to take the edge off.
So there's this moment when Teresa and Louis are aside by themselves, and she goes, "You're going to be mine in how many hours?" And he goes, "You're already mine." And she goes,
You're gonna be mine in how many hours?
You're already mine.
You guys go back and watch this scene. It's like pretty close to the beginning, I felt.
It's 8 minutes and 53 seconds in according to our DVR. According to our DVR.
And she's extra nasally this episode, but like, how many hours?
Like she's just like an excited dog that can't even form words.
Oh my gosh, yes! Like when a dog sees their owner hasn't seen it so long, like,
Or a cat, maybe even.
no, cats don't make that noise. Cats can't make that
That,
noise.
that cat on South Park today made some pretty good noises.
So dumb.
So before we get back into the past, the rehearsal cocktails, and into the wedding day, we get the Good as Gold Uber One commercial.
You guys stop giving fuel to this.
No, fuel it.
You guys
Keep
are
that
putting her in the
fire
same
burning.
you guys are putting her in the same commercial with amazing artists from like the 90s and stuff.
How
like
dare
Dave,
you.
iconic number ones, and you're putting it next to
Good
as Gold.
It's good as gold.
And again, they use that to nod at dicking around Tom Sandoval at the end of it. It
I
sounds
have
like
been-
it's like freedom.
You know what? Good as Gold has been on my playlist for as long as I've had a playlist, pretty much. And I have tortured Hunter with this song as
Listen,
often as possible.
it's terribly. It's like Showgirls. It's terribly good. I just can't
Yeah,
listen to it all the
it's so
time.
catchy. It's
But
so
like my
good.
favorite part of the whole thing, because I know who Sheena is, and I see her in the recording studio, and they're like, "All right, we want you to sound sexy and say, touch my body." And they probably had her do it like maybe 50 times, and they're like, I guess that's the best one.
Touch my body.
This episode is so good. Already we are
I'm getting,
on
since
fire.
we watched the Jersey wedding special tonight and the Vanderpump Rules, I'm getting...
We're hyped up.
Well,
We're like-
they're like crossing. I can't remember which happened in which episode.
We're overstimulated with drama.
Tom
right now.
Sandoval was screwing Louis' brother. I don't know.
Teresa's hair had sex
Ooh,
with
actually,
Raquel.
You know what? We're actually around the halfway point.
Oh, dang.
So,
we
I
made it to
know.
30 minutes?
So,
Y'all, we're
and
so
I do
sorry.
want to talk about Louis' brother, David.
I mean, crazy doesn't fall that far from the tree, but look sure did.
So let's go pick up our Uber One order.
Because it's good as gold, because we have freedom on our menu.
Bye.
Or no, freedom on our destination. Oh my God. Use that one.
All right, ladies, we are back in the studio with the Good as Gold remix for Uber One.
Ding dong, ding dong. It's wedding day, and the first images are that nightmare-fueled peeled skin mask Teresa and her
God.
makeup artist is wearing right now. I was just like, ooh.
Teresa looking up at her, well, I think Priscilla's the makeup artist, and that mask looks nightmarish.
Have you seen The Cable Guy?
Probably.
Okay, so Jim Carrey takes him to, whatever his name is, can't remember, to that Knights Round table where you eat and they do things. Well, he puts a lot of ham on his face and he goes, "Hello, Clary." And that's all I could see.
Yes, I know exactly that
scene. It's a huge, it's a big scene.
That reference. That's really funny. She does look
because she's looking up and
but it looks like she's really tight with Priscilla and Lucia, her hairdresser and makeup artist.
This is like Teresa's got a lot of people in her life that were there for her.
But you know what's I didn't understand something. She's talking about how they were encouraging her to be with Louis, and Teresa had sent them a message saying he's sending me Sade.
What's Sade?
I mean, that's a singer, but I don't know what that meant. I have no, like, they're like, "Ooh, he's sending me Sade, yes, he's a keeper." And I was like, what is that? Because they even, like,
I
don't know what that means.
I think they even quotationed it, too, within the paragraph.
I was like, I feel like they're somehow referencing the artist Sade, who is, if I remember correctly, a female.
Yeah.
So, like I have no idea where any.
Is it a Jersey turn? Maybe we should have.
No
we
idea.
We are very good investigative journalists. I mean, like, there's Google right there.
Well, I don't know. They were just trying to infer something, and I don't know what they're inferring. Teresa's friend Angie, who took care of Teresa's dad while he was in the hospital, she sends Teresa this text message that's like really long and sappy and like, "Oh, your
had
parents
a dream about
are
our
there."
parents.
Yes,
saying anything that to make her cry.
Yeah.
Where were the Ambien Sisters?
Where were the Ambien Sisters?
Saving her from that text?
Because
that's the only thing that made her cry.
To suck the emotion away from her.
Yeah, not on her wedding day.
Ambien
Don't make me bring the voice out.
The Ambien Sisters, it's so funny. But we do get a really emotional scene with Teresa, of course, wishing that her parents were there.
Well, of course.
And it has to be really hard for, like...
Quit bringing it up, people.
Yeah. But Priscilla then brings up Joe not coming.
So your only sibling is not showing up.
Yeah. You did not just use the J word in this house.
Adriana this time. She's the one. Adriana's as far as, like, she wants people to quit talking about it. She wants people to quit reminding Teresa about it.
I'm starting to get pissed.
Oh, no.
Why is she crying?
Oh, no. And then there's just a little quick montage of all the daughters shading Joe.
Jeez.
And Teresa once again. Did we already say the drinking rules?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I thought so.
But I'm the drunk. You're drunk.
Yeah, because we didn't make up a third one, remember? Because we didn't need one.
There you go.
Yeah, we definitely did not need a third one, as you guys can tell.
So here's another chosen family moment in the episode.
Oh, my Lord, y'all.
I'm with my chosen family.
The guys are getting ready. There was this moment where Louis' dad is helping get his suspenders on, and Louis' like, "My dad's tickling my ass." You were like, what?
I don't like it. I don't like it coming from him. I don't like it. He already said his mom was sexy or something. What did he say?
What's up to your sexy thing? I sit down when I pee.
Like, I'm uncomfortable with everything. I'm uncomfortable with everything.
We are kind of comfortable with Louis' brother, though. He's kind of cute.
Yeah.
He has a nice little toast, and
he gets emotional like Louis.
He was really sweet. He was really sweet.
But yeah, he's got that silver pattern. Lucky duck.
Yeah, he's cute.
I mean, that's not fair. Like, that's what I like. My silver's starting to come in, and I'm like, I just want a really good pattern. Like, that's all I want.
It's working so far.
I mean, I'm starting to get one right down the middle right here, and then right here on the sides are getting really silvery.
Turn into a man.
Oh, and my chest hair in the middle, y'all, I'm getting dusty. I'm getting dusty.
Well, Jennifer pulls Teresa aside. Dusty, you're so funny. Jennifer pulls Teresa aside to give her a beautiful piece of jewelry that has her parents.
I think it's a pendant.
Yeah, it looks like it's very beautiful.
With her parents' pictures in it. How did that get past the Ambien Sisters? That's going to make her mom cry.
Well, Gabriella starts crying. Then Melania starts yelling. It's chaos. You know, the girls are obviously pretty protective of their mom. And they just don't want anyone talking anything negative about
And they're all very adolescent girls. They are. They're all like teenagers. Young teenagers.
You know what it's like to live in a house full of girls.
I had 4 older sisters, and I was the only boy and
Your
gay.
mom had 4 daughters.
4 daughters.
She did have 4 daughters.
I have 4 daughters.
She did have 4 daughters.
My daughters.
Oh my God, I'm never going to get over that.
Oh, no.
I can't believe we never put that together.
Dang it. Now you're going to say that to me all the time. You're like, let's go out with you and your 4 sisters or something.
No, your mom's 4
like,
daughters.
Your mom's 4 daughters.
I can't wait to see your mom's 4 daughters.
And then when you see him, you're like, the 4 daughters.
I'm not going to say Hunter has 4 sisters. I'm going to say his mom has 4 daughters.
Oh my God.
My 4 daughters.
Technically 5 because, well. Anyways.
Back to Teresa's hair.
This is the biggest project we've done yet.
Y'all.
This, like, people cannot hide how blown away they are by Teresa's hair. But Dolores wins for me. Oh my God, I have to find out where
She said, what a job you did.
What a job you did.
What a job you did.
Yes.
To the artist.
Dolores comes in and says, wow, look at this. And then she says, you sure did that.
What a job you did. I mean, that's the most obvious way to be PC about something, but not give your honest truth, but also not lie. That's work.
That's like going to see someone starring in a play and like, that sure was a play.
You were in it. You did that play.
Girl, you acted.
Girl,
you acted.
You said a lot. Like in 30 Rock, whenever Liz Lemon's character had to tell, what's her name?
Jane Krakowski.
Jane Krakowski's character, like after every play, like something positive about it.
Oh yeah,
but it was never anything that was a lie.
100% my
and
reference.
she was just like, I loved the lighting. The lighting was so good.
Yeah.
But everybody's getting away from. Oh, listen, she's wearing a lot of hair on her head.
Is.
She's wearing a ton of.
Tired.
She is wearing enough hair to wrap around the earth 20 times. Or it would cover the entire United States 1,000 times. That's enough to fill 500,000 football stadiums in the United States.
You are...
That's how much hair she has on her head. What show was that we were watching that kept giving the most craziest measurements of everything? Was it a...
You did that 100% for me.
I did. I was giggling while I was writing it too, and I was like, "What's a good measurement? What are some random measurements?"
What was that show on Netflix
It was
that we were watching that constantly made the most random analogies to things?
That's enough to fill 1 million toothpaste bottles in the United States between 1984 and 1986. Like, it's just...
Is it worth pausing and looking up right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I need to go to Netflix and see what we watch.
Yeah, good. Let's do it.
My God. Yeah, I did that 100. Because how else do you measure that hair?
It's still recording, by the way.
Okay. Oh my God. I got Netflix.
It's just really hot up in the hot closet.
It is fucking hot in there. It's hotter in there than it is at Teresa's wedding outside.
Oh my God, it is hotter than it is on Teresa's wedding outside.
Everyone is sweating. The makeup's running. Like, you could already tell the Chichinis and the Huhinis are like dripping.
Everybody has Spanx on. We're gonna smell like swamp ass. Not good.
So that's an inside reference about Teresa's hair and all the random measurements of it from this show we watched recently called History 101 on Netflix. Because it was fascinating. I learned a lot of stuff, but I learned the most useless measurements of everything.
Like, but Teresa has $10,000 worth of hair in her head or on her head. That's the same as 10,000 children in Africa who can't eat, divided by the number of children in Africa who've been eaten by alligators, and random measurements. like the one you just did. The one you just did was,
and that's
perfect.
enough alligators to fit in the San Diego Zoo. Like it's just ridiculous.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous.
Yes, that's exactly how it would have
It's
ended
just
up.
so ridiculous, but it was fascinating. But there was one measurement that made me confused because it said it would make it 3/4 of the way from Earth to the sun. I'm like, you guys couldn't have a more equal measurement of that? Couldn't you like put it in Pepsi bottles or something and give me that measurement so I can really learn? I need to know how far 6,000 light years is.
Right.
Can you please put that in bottle form? Thank you.
Yes. Seriously.
Something I see every day.
Right. I get it.
Oh my God.
What you don't see every day is all of these different people in one place. Like Ashley Darby plus Danielle.
Yeah.
Danielle is, she's feeling a little regret.
Well, Teresa is an OG. Hold on. Teresa is an OG, so it does make sense that all of these housewives from different franchises are coming to pay tribute.
But I love that Chanel Ayan, who is just had her first season as a housewife of Dubai.
She was that really funny one, huh?
She has made a splash all over. She single-handedly...
Wasn't she a friend of on the show, though?
No. She was a housewife, but she single-handedly made Dubai get its second season.
Like, I kind of half listened to it in the background when you listen to it, but every once in a while I'd be like, who is saying that?
I mean, she probably just met Teresa at, like, BravoCon.
Yeah, I guarantee
and
you.
now she's invited to Teresa's wedding. Like... Chanel Ayan has come in.
I mean, there was a whole Bravo cast.
By storm.
There was a whole Bravo cast there.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
There's Dorinda, Joe Zarin. Margaret's feeling bad about being there. She's like, I don't know if I feel like really celebrating when deep down inside this is a sad experience that Joe and Melissa are.
Everyone's allowed to have their own experiences.
Yeah.
And she showed up.
Yeah.
Listen, if you want to dip out when the celebrations happen, go ahead. You don't have to tell her that's the reason why you're doing it. You could say, my legs hurt, my back hurts, my husband has to take a poop, you know? Like, and he doesn't want to do it in the bathrooms here, so we got to go.
Oh, my God.
It's like explosive, like crazy. You can't poop here.
Evan Golden-Schneider.
So you can poop as much as you want.
Already got 3 poops out.
That's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
What a great time for you to bring that up during talking about New Jersey. But everyone is outside, sweating to death.
Cooking in 93-degree weather. No shade.
Cooking. We have a lovely ceremony. I like it when the marching strings come out.
You
down
like
the stairs.
You like that?
Yeah.
Have you seen that a lot?
No.
Oh.
But I hate Teresa's veil, y'all. I'm sorry. I hate it. I don't like it at all. I don't like that it has text in it.
It's cheesy.
It's
cheap.
I appreciate it, but it probably costs...
Oh, I know, but it just makes it
fortune.
cheap. It just, you don't need letters.
Not my thing. Not my thing. But you know what is my thing? Once we see right when the doors open and they cut to commercial break, then we get the commercial for the Crappy Lake commercial with Sonia.
Oh my gosh.
Luann.
The Simple Life reboot.
Yes.
Basically. The
Yes.
Simple Life reboot, but with Bravo stars.
Yes, with Sonia and Luann. I cannot.
If anybody's like familiar with A Simple Life, that was
Paris and
Nicole
Yeah.
going around to really poor places they shouldn't have been in general and like connecting with the town.
Yes.
And that's basically what this is.
100%.
But it's
like they all think that because they're celebrities that they're from Hollywood.
I love it that they keep calling these celebrities.
And they don't even know what Hollywood means. They don't know what that means. It's a place in California.
They're not even from there. They're from New York.
I know. Like, it's so funny. I can't... Like, you're always very reluctant to want to love reality TV...
I think you are a sloppy drunk.
You are always very reluctant to want to really like a new reality TV show. But the moment you saw that trailer, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to see this.
And then I was like, I hope they never stop with seasons. Because I miss Simple Life so much. It's the best formula. It's so good.
Yes.
You know what I am worried about on that show, though?
What?
Is Luann being mistaken for the Little Mermaid.
That Little Mermaid commercial with Sheree and Sonia and Luann.
Like, you
walking
guys
on the beach in that turquoise gown and her long flowing hair.
And that jawline.
And her deep, beautiful baritone.
It's mean, you guys. Stop.
It wasn't aired tonight, but it was just...
It's not fair.
We can't let it go past.
It's not fair.
No, it's everything it should be.
Don't ever compare anybody's voice to the Little Mermaids.
No.
Especially Luann's.
No,
I'm
especially
sorry.
But you know what? Luann would have made a great Ursula.
Yeah. Totally.
You're so bad. You're so bad. Well, back to Teresa's hair.
Yeah, so Ava Maria is sung.
No, Ave Maria. Ave Maria.
I thought it was that new Ava singer.
No.
Anyways, they start singing because Teresa walks out with that skinned Ewok on her head, and they're paying tribute.
I love that even Louis is like, she walks out with all that hair, and he's like, but that's what she wanted. That's beautiful.
But did you see when she stands in front of him, he keeps staring up at it, and you could see him like getting intimidated by it?
No, Danielle really has the best.
Oh, Danielle
comment.
had the best line of the whole episode.
If I wonder if I'm sure I had to have marked
you
it.
had to have marked
Oh,
it.
no, yes, I did.
Cue soundbite.
You know the saying, the higher the hair, the closer to God? Well, God is looking up at her at this point.
Yes, best part of the whole thing. We see some Phaedra Parks. We see some Kenya Moore. During the ceremony, Louis gets called out for liking shopping as much as Teresa. Red flag, red flag.
Pay attention to red flags.
Red flag.
Like to spend that money, Louis? Well, now you're married to
it. Red flag, red flag.
Kristen Wiig is out there. Red flag. That red flag commercial from SNL.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that perfume.
That was too offbeat.
That was
sorry.
a random.
Sorry. But every time I see red flag, all I see is Kristen Wiig doing that SNL skit of the perfume for red flag. Yes. I love it. Anyways,
the kiss wasn't too cringy.
Can we talk about the generic Hallmark vows filled with random love quotes you see on people's walls? That was Teresa's vows. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about that?
Talk about it. That's exactly what it was.
I just did. I sure did.
You sure did. Well, when we go to the wedding reception...
hold on. They're married now.
Yeah.
The start of the end of the world has started to initiate. Everyone start preparing for 1,000 years of mental anguish, pain, and torture from Lord Cthulhu when he rises from the deep from this marriage.
You guys are scaring me.
Wedding reception. Listen, I gave the warning out when it happened.
I did not
Everyone
know
thinks
how to react to that.
Everyone thinks I'm going to be stupid for saying that, but when Cthulhu rises from the deep from this marriage, this combined evil, you guys will all be like, Hunter said it.
You're right.
Hunter said it. And when you guys are in pain, torture, and torment, you guys will be like, Hunter was right.
We know Margaret seemed in torment through this entire ceremony.
It's
but
starting.
She cried through the whole thing but she cried not because she was emotional about this love, but because Joe wasn't there.
Missing this.
Yeah.
But Teresa's trainer is hitting on everyone.
She's so entertaining.
But I love her.
She's so funny.
I definitely feel like she's hitting on Dolores.
I think she's hitting on
everybody. She's
drunk. She's drunk.
But
she's
man, she needs to stay off that testosterone a little bit
because
she got her voice
to soak
now.
up the liquor.
Oh my gosh.
But I very much like when Louis and Teresa rush off to the bridal suite to change, and he's like, "Can we have sex real quick?"
That's you.
Very much so. You should, of course.
Yeah, it's wedding. I'm horny.
Yeah. But then everyone's phone starts going off.
It's like the president was shot. Like everyone's like, and it seems like everybody's like, was this like on an alert or something on everybody's phone, or is it just edited that way? Because
Probably a lot of
everybody's phones were just like
Probably both. Probably both. Yeah, probably both. But you know what? I'm normally Team Gorga, but we all know that I have absolute respect for Queen Judice. But even though I have been mostly siding Gorga, I can't defend this.
I can't defend this video. I think Melissa posted it.
It looked like, and
it also looked like somebody that was filming it from over the fence.
Joe did too. Joe posted something too. I even wrote down what his post said.
Oh my gosh.
Blood doesn't make you family.
And they're cheering way better than a wedding, and like, this is our chosen family or whatever, or something like that. I'm like, you guys,
I didn't like it.
You guys really, I mean, I know you guys are hurt and upset, but that's not the way to channel it. It's what they're doing to you. Yeah. So don't.
Tactless.
It's very. It was needless.
I can't. I love y'all, but I'm not supporting it. And that's how we can agree to disagree.
Love, happiness. That's what life's about.
But man, when Louis sees that Instagram message, he loses it and he alphas out and he has to run up to a woman, get all in her face, and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna bury them. Blah, punch the wall." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and they suspiciously put the camera down.
Yeah, nervously put it down.
Oh,
I don't. Was she the only woman there?
I don't know.
Does it sound like a woman producer?
No, there were lots of women around because this was burlesque themed.
Y'all, this is
when Teresa wanted a sexy wedding. She meant no, don't bring Olivia. As a matter of fact.
But they brought Olivia. She was part of that walkout too.
Oh, they're going to bring Olivia to everything to get her enchanted with the cameras again. I'm telling you. Did you see any other kids there?
No, I actually specifically looked because of how naked all the dancers were, and I was like, looking in the crowd as well. I was like, where's all the kids?
They want her to quit focusing on their relationship and focus on being an actor again. Telling ya.
Let your child grow the way life was intended. Bad things happen. Sometimes great things come from that. What if she saves a bunch of marriage? What if she saves her own marriage? Anyways.
I do like that Louis quickly took Teresa downstairs as quickly as he could so she didn't have time to look at her phone.
Yeah, I did like that. And like nobody said, I don't think she was even aware of it.
But do you think it was worth, this wedding was over $500,000. How much did it cost to just have someone sit in a martini glass?
I was thinking that too. I'm like, how can I get on that?
Right.
And that disco ball head guy, Teresa.
That's you.
Well, I know. You know what? I did get a message. I thought it was like fake mail because she was trying to hire me, but you know, she couldn't afford me, to be honest with you.
I was fascinated by the sword swallower.
But I'm gay, so don't ask me to pull out because I might put it back in a little bit. I'm like,
yeah. You're too dumb.
Does that throw
But
out?
I love that it came back later. Teresa was really cute. Like it was old school Teresa joking that she was going to swallow that sword as well.
Okay.
That was really, I thought that was real sweet.
A moment.
So then the Ambien Sisters give, would you call them toasts? Or just speeches?
Or like last letters to parents or something.
Whatever.
I don't know. It's all just very, it was nice. It was a cute
I will say
thing.
that Gia is the most monotone. And then Melania, she wanted to just kind of wing it. So she was a little bit more personable with hers. Mm-hmm. I love, what if Frank Jr. is into MILFs? He goes dancing with Dorinda. What if that's his thing?
It would be great if it was, but I definitely know it's not.
I kind of hope it is.
I know you do.
I kind of hope it is.
I don't think it is.
Get it, Frank Jr.
I just think he's just like me and all moms love me.
But speaking of Teresa pretending to swallow the sword, why were they using a sword to cut the cake?
Because the cake was...
like fairy tale themed?
I mean, I mean, look at her hair. Like, what do you expect? Like, what do you expect her to cut it with?
Burlesque fairy tale.
I mean, if she pulled out a unicorn's horn, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that's normal.
Burlesque fairy tale, I'm into it.
Yeah, it was her fairy tale. Like, get it, girl, do your thing. But man, $500,000.
They look really happy. They look really happy.
Or is that Stockholm syndrome on Teresa's part?
Well, that reunion trailer looks fire. Melissa, she's so done with Teresa, she's just putting on her lip gloss. She don't care. Or she's like, let me get these lips ready for what I got to say. I don't know which it is. Can't wait for the reunion.
It's going to be messy.
And
I feel bad. It's
also
going to be sad because we're going to watch a family breakup.
That is, I don't like that at all. But getting through the reunion just means it gets us closer to getting Frank on the podcast.
Oh my gosh, Frank is going to be on our podcast, y'all.
Chatting with Frank
will rejuvenate us.
Yeah.
That's our Super Bowl Sunday right there.
It'll give us a reason to live.
Give me some good arm workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Get the in with Brittany so I can get the
just
DPs.
As every single time when we go into this thing, we're not going to have much to talk about. Every single time we say that, we get in here and produce one of our longer episodes. So, with that being said...
I will take a little bit of blame for that.
Let me out of the hot closet.
Yeah, do you guys see this? I have a drip of... Oh my gosh, my shoulders are getting... Oh my gosh, I'm wearing a tank top, y'all, and I'm sweating through it.
It's the hot closet, and we're both wearing hats. So, we're going to get out of here. So what you can do to help us get out of here, like maybe even permanently someday, is to follow us on our social media. On Facebook and Instagram, we are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
You could also get merch at realhousebears.redbubble.com. And if you guys are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, please give us... Stop with the hands. You stop that. If you guys are on Apple Podcasts... All right, you could do it again. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star rating and a cute little review. Oh, I love that. And we will talk about you on air and make you hashtag Housebears famous. You could watch us on YouTube and...
we do get a lot of great listeners or watchers on YouTube.
This episode's going to be messy, y'all, so watch us.
Too much celebrating the Vanderpump reunion.
That got us too hyphy.
Mm-hmm. And rewatching the Teresa special in a whole new light tonight.
Well, I do know now that Louis sits down to pee, so...
I sit down when I pee, but...
I guess that's good knowledge.
What else do you need to know?
From the second watching of it.
Right. We don't know that about Joe Giudice.
I didn't know it the first time I watched it.
All right, well, I got to pee myself. Let's go. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
This centered first before we do
Well, then center it.
All right,
girl.
sound check. Sound check. It is wedding day. It is Vanderpump Rules reunion. It's a big day today for Bravo.
The scorned lover.
Here comes the hair.
Here comes your hat. Here I come and go.
Oh, people don't know that unless they're watching.
You better be watching.
Oh, they won't watch the sound check.
I'm playing every bit of this.
No, you're not.
I'm sure that microphone is... It's good. It's a good microphone. This is going to be in, like, the post... I love you. Okay, I love you.
I will beat you where all of your hair is so that it doesn't show any bruises.
That's everywhere.
Okay, I need to concentrate. Shut up. Oh my god. Where do we look at like shows we want?
Let's start with Home.
Okay, that's popular on Netflix. It had to have been something. It was some kind of information show. So where can we find all the new information shows like that? Trending now.
But there is the new Anna Nicole one. I really want to see that.
Focus.
Okay.
Focus.
It can't be trending now. It's been a minute.
Where's
Where's your watch again list?
I don't know where to find that. Oh, watch it again.
See?
But these are all old ones, y'all. These are super old. Focus.
I am.
No, you're not. You're trying to get
I'm watching with you.
No, you're not. You're watching, but you're thinking differently.
No.
You're thinking of different. Yes.
We're never going to find our way.
Was it even on Netflix?
I feel pretty
Or was it on Amazon Prime? Because there was a hot minute when I was like digging on Amazon Prime and found a lot of stuff for us to watch.
I mean, anything's possible.
God damn it! I'm gonna have to look because these are all really old ones we've watched.
It just felt so Netflix-ish to me, but
Me too. But at that moment, yes, we're back at the. Let me look at documentaries. That's what I mean.
Didn't I have like multiple episodes?
Is it History 101?
Oh my God, History 101. Oh my God, I told you it was Netflix. All right, so what do we need to go back and talk about?
Talk about how you guys need to watch this show because it's very fascinating, but they give the most random measurements of everything. History 101. I really hope that is it.
Okay, so hopefully the microphone caught all of that while I was in the other room, and I'll put it in the post
No,
episode.
you will not.
Post Brooks Marks. I love you. Bye. If it didn't pick up, I'm sorry. Then it won't be there, and I just wasted more of your time.
You could edit it out and listen to it yourself before this, so all that was a waste
Fair.
of time. Or keep it in because it's funny. Okay, let's get back.
So what do we hope we won't?
So anyways, we need to. Oh my gosh, this is an episode.
No, I want to edit just like we can edit this, and we can start.
Okay,
we'll just start fresh. I got my work
So-
cut out for me tomorrow. Hold on. Let's really. So we just want to wait to see History 101 because you just never friends.